YouTube Tube association with the Model Railway YouTube Community Group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for MRYCG. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the latest episode of YouTube Tuesday with me, Jason, at Barnabas Junction. How are you all? I hope you're doing very well. As you will know, and I know some of you have been commenting, we're doing a kit build tonight, and we're having a look at the WWScenics 00 gauge MDF footbridge. I've got it down here on the desk, ready to go along. First thing I need to do is the obvious, and that is channel members. Thank you as always. Every week we thank you dearly for being a supporter of the channel. If you want to become a channel supporter, you can do. There is a join button on the channel. Click on that and there's 4 levels of membership that you can join to help support this channel in every way it works, to bring these shows each week and every series that goes along with it. We're currently in series 5. So again, thank you to all those that do support the channel. Links to all of their channels themselves are in the description of each of the videos below. Please do check them out. They will thoroughly appreciate them all. So that's with that out of the way. Let's have a look at who is in the chat tonight. And some of these channel members are here already. So looking forward to chatting with you all. Okay, so here we go then. So Goodford Model Railway, good evening to you. You said, same footbridge I just built. Great bit of kit, although I'd wish I'd spray painted it before gluing it together. Hope the build goes well. I did consider spraying this beforehand, but then I thought I'll do it when it's complete, because my spray painting is not too bad, and it looks okay once it's done. I've had the experience of doing other footbridges in the past. Flymo's in, a great moderator as always. The Growler, Blackwood M Gauge Model Railway, good evening to you. Beatenhoff Junction, hey up Dave, how you doing? Great to see you here. Hemel Down Model Railway, good evening, thanks for joining us. Who else have we got? They've all been chatting away before the stream even started. Arthur Humphreys, good evening to you. Simon the Railway Enthusiast 83, good evening Simon, thanks for joining us. Clive Gabold, good evening to you also. Keeping up, Tom Houston, good evening, thank you for joining us this evening. Hope you are well and I hope you enjoy the stream. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase saying hello to everyone just before we started with the show. Looking at Eagle Creek Yard, Ben, good evening to you. Crossways Point Junction, Bernie, good evening to you. Timbersurf, evening all, evening to you, my friend. Who else have we got? In Newland Railway, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Main Train Esport, great to see you, Mark, and great to see the latest update on how your operation went, and also you got to see someone rather famous, I believe. If you want to know about Mark's on about Main Train Esport, go check out his video. When he was at hospital, he got to see someone rather musically famous, and it was a great little tribute to him you did. Mark Wilson, good evening to you. Mick Lowe, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Moorland Model Railway, Andy, good evening to you. Who else have we got? Smallwood Junction, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Alan Reynolds, hi, Alan. Alan, I've received your email. I'll respond to it a little later on. Who else have we got in? Anybody else to mention? Flint Hills Model Railway, Jeff, good evening. Thank you for joining us. He says evening to everybody and myself. Quite a few of you dropping in tonight then. So great to see Moorland Model Railway again. And Ebsworth Street, good evening to you. And I did notice that somebody said, in the loft. So just trying to scroll back to find out who said that. I think it was Simon. Hello. Yes. Yes, we are. Yes, it was. Oh, my God. It's the loft. Yes, somewhere we've not seen much of recently. And it's not too bad up here at the moment, purely because I've got a new fan. And no, not a fan of the channel, but a fan to keep me warm up here. It's currently off. It has been on for the past 10 minutes, warming up the loft. But it's currently off at the moment. It's a little tiny fan down on the floor. I don't know if you can just see it. It's somewhere. It's behind the letter. It's just there. But I'm going to put it on in a bit, and I want to see what effect it has on the audio. So when I do put it on, I'll let you know. It's when it starts getting a bit too cool in here. I'll let you know, and then you can tell me if it does interfere with the microphone. Is it a bit loud? Because basically, I need to know so it doesn't drown me out. Right, so, I'm dropping my phone. Let me put that there so I can see the chat as well as see myself going on in the video. Right, so we are going to be looking at the WWScenics MDF 00 gauge. Let's see if I can pick it up. Footbridge. It's going to be interesting, this is, because the glue I'm going to be using, which is the same glue I've been using on a lot of the MDF kits, is the Deluxe Materials glue. It's the rocket card glue. Okay. But we're going to have a little bit of a problem. And it's not because of a blockage. It's the fact that I've lost my little tiny applicator that sits on the top. So we're going to have to be using the full-size tip. Hopefully, we're not going to get flooded out with loads of this stuff. But saying that, we might need quite a bit of it. So fingers crossed. If not, I'll have to dig out the... well, no, it's here. If not, we'll dig out the super glue gel and use some of that. But hopefully, all will be fine with the Deluxe Materials Rocket Card glue. Whew. So we have got the usual 3 shout-outs for the show tonight. We've also got the Modeller's Moment. That comes up towards the end of the show. So don't go anywhere if you want to know who this week's Modeller's Moments is. I can say we don't have any more for the rest for further on in this series. So if you want to be featured on Modeller's Moment, you need to get in touch with me by email with some photographs and or some short video clips to BarnabasJunction@gmail.com. Whew. So also good seeing some more dropping in. The Train Freak has just dropped into the chat. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Train Freak all the way from over the pond. He was last week's Modeller's Moment, and it was a superb one. I really have enjoyed looking at them photographs. Thank you very much, Jason, the Train Freak, for sending those in last week. So yeah, I say, if you want to be featured on Modeller's Moment, then get in touch with me by email, BarnabasJunction@gmail.com. Dimo Junction Model Railway, good evening, he says to us. Flint, Jeff has just said something there. Tip, pour some of the glue onto a plastic lid and use a cocktail stick to apply the glue to the card or wood. Yes, I had contemplated doing that. So I'm going to see how it does about running out. I have got, wherever they've gone, I have got some plastic lid somewhere. I don't know what I've done with them now. I have a big clear up in here, so I think they're underneath here, one of these boxes. So I'll dig one of them out in a moment if I need it. But thanks you very much for that tip. All tips are greatly appreciated. Also, in fact, before we get going, for those that you don't know or those that you've not done so yet, there is a competition currently running on this channel. It was launched on the show before Christmas Eve. It was extended for the initial shut-off date for the entries was midnight New Year's Eve, but I've extended that to the 31st of January. So if any of you have still not got your entry in, you've still got plenty of time, but get it in as fast as possible because I need to do my paperwork to make sure I've got everyone registered down that is entered successfully. Simple. All you've got to do is list all modelers' moments between episode 1 to 6 of this current series. So that's episode 1 to 6 of series 5. Just go to check out, find out who was modeler's moment on each of those episodes. Then fling them over in an email to me, again, BarnabasJunction@gmail.com, with the subject of competition entry, and list those. And then before you send it off, you then need to let me know what gauge of prize you want to be entered in, because I've got N gauge prizes, I've got O gauge prizes, and I've got an O gauge prize. Now, funny it might seem, nobody has actually entered for the O gauge prize. It is sat here on the side. You can see me tapping on the box. So if one person enters for the O gauge prize, you'll be the sole winner, so it won't need to be drawn. So far, we have got a number of entries in for the O gauge and only, I think, 3 for the N gauge. So good luck to all of you. So if you want to be part of that competition, then please do so. Jeff has just actually done something. He's just upgraded his channel membership to level 4. If anybody is a channel member of level 4, part of the perk of being a level 4 member is you get automatically entered into the competition. Simple as that. And obviously I'll know what gauge you are by checking out your channel. If not, you can just fling us an email or message me directly to let me know what level of what gauge of prize you want to be registered for. Let's say there is N gauge. I've got a number of prizes here. I've got O gauge. I've got a number of prizes for that, and I've got 2 prizes for the O gauge, but nobody has entered for the O gauge. So if you're an O gauge modeler, get your entry in, because you might end up being the sole entry and being the instant winner. Right, let's get on. Train Freak has upgraded his as well. Thank you very much to Train Freak and to Jeff of upgrading their channel membership. Greatly appreciated, as always, helping to support the channel. And I will update my paperwork to register that upgrade. Thank you very much. Again, if anyone wants to become a channel member, there is a link to join, and I'm sure my moderator will also put a link in as we go. Tell you what, we've been going 13 minutes. Before we get cracking with this, let's get the first shout out of the show. So the first shout out of the show, and I've already sorted this out with my moderator Flymo, and I've chosen this week's shout outs are going to be 3 random ones from channels that I do follow. So I'm not saying I always say that you need to be in the chat to get a shout out. That's still the case. You will be selected randomly at times, but I've chosen 3 this week that are quite new-ish channels. One especially new because it was only started, I think, 6 months ago, June 2021 it was, and it needs your support. And so the first one, is a channel with the layout name of Ambleford Junction Model Railway. Ambleford Junction Model Railway is tonight's first shout out of the show. Oswestry Road TMD, good evening, and David Cook, good evening for dropping in. I am well, thank you very much. Hope you are too. So Ambleford Junction Model Railway is tonight's first shout out of the show. I've looked at these channels and they are great layouts. I will say there's a lot of Steam featured shout outs tonight, and these channels stand out quite well because although these channels have not got much subscribership, not much followership, they have got quite a lot of videos on there, and I don't know why people have missed out on these, but I think we really would appreciate anyone that's joining us tonight could pop over to that channel, take a look. If it's something you do like, then please do hit that subscribe button and click on the top bell for all notifications. So make sure you don't miss any further updates from those channels. Yeah, Ambleford Junction Model Railway. Yeah, the link has been put in. Thank you very much, Flymo. Please do check it out. Obviously, subscribe if it's something you like, and interact with that channel to maintain your subscription. Best thing to do to start off your interaction is go on to their latest video, comment on that, saying you've subscribed today after hearing about it as a shout out on the YouTube Tuesday with Barnabas Junction. They'll appreciate that, and they'll appreciate the subscription. Please do check them out. You will not be disappointed. I do my best to make sure that all channels that do receive shout outs are worthy of the shout out, and they will appreciate it very much so. Just having a look at the chat right now. Great channel, says Hemel Down. I've just seen a comment. Jason, it looks like you have been captured by the Mysterons, by the reflection of the light in your glasses. Funny as. Yes, I'm using my brand new ring light that I got for Christmas. If it's a bit too bright, I can reduce it down a bit, if you would prefer. As it does have several different levels of brightness and colours as well. I can change it to a blue, or I can change it to an amber. Looks amazing layout from glancing at the videos. It does indeed, Dave Beatonhuff. Matthew Whitmore at Warwick Parkway Station on Monday. A test train class 37175, which is 9708. Video is on his channel. Lovely. Yeah, it's hard to get followers. Only 10 months old channel, says Ebsworth Street. Make sure you interact before subbing so YouTube doesn't guess you've gone through that. Awesome channel. My era, says Oswestry Road TMD. Yes, definitely. Why have we not come across this channel before? I am really shocked. I've been watching Ambleford Junction for a while now, says Dinmore. Fantastic. One that has come across. Rach, Jace, I've just found that glue tip thing you were looking for. Oh, brilliant. Could you chuck it us up? Because that would be a brilliant help. There's the wife downstairs helping out. Timbersurf Edgeworth, it took me 5 years to get to 100 subs. Yeah, it does take a while for some people to get. I've noticed that some channels just rapidly get massive amounts of subs, and some channels can take absolutely ages just to creep up a few, and I don't know why. And that's one of the things that I like to do this YouTube Tuesday and these shout outs, is to get a shout out for those channels that theoretically look like and feel like they are struggling to get subscribers and get a viewership. So yeah, I say these channels will appreciate it. I started this because someone gave me a shout out, and then someone else gave me a shout out, and someone else, and I felt to return the favour, I'd do these shows. So yeah, that's why we do these each week. And there's the tip just coming up. Oh, she says she's just got to unblock it. That's going to be. You need a little thin screwdriver for that. Right. So let's get the camera tilted down onto the desk so we can have a look at this kit. Right, so soon we'll have a tip for that. I've got this knife to help cut out, although some of these will literally fall out because they have been out before. I'll just wait for the applicator. So what we'll do is, while we're waiting for the applicator, I'm going to take everything out of this board to start with. So we'll look at that, and I'll come back to the chat in a moment. So I do know one of these pieces has been out before and it got slightly damaged, so it's that piece. So if I just gently push that out, and then I can push these out as well. Yeah. Thank you, dear.
You might need to cut the end off that, so it looks a bit black.
Okay. And there we go. So that section, that's all spare. I like keeping things like this, board pieces, because they do come in handy. They're quite sturdy and they could be used for other things as well. So you might know it's that particular piece there did break during storage. So hopefully I can do something with that to secure it together. Hopefully the glue will be strong enough to store it together. I'll just grab that tip. There it is. Yes, she found it. Let's have a look at the very tip of the tip. Yeah, we'll just trim that off. There we go, that's sorted. I'll put that on the glue. Yes, superb, lovely. So, good tip. Keep your tip clean. Having a look at the chat. People are saying hello. I was on a 420 subs for about a year. Since Christmas has jumped to 574. That's from Jeff Hammond. Brilliant. That's a great quick jump, that is. Fantastic stuff. In fact, I tell you what, while I start gluing all this together, I want everybody that's in the chat to post how many subs you currently have. So let everyone know how many subs you have right now by looking at your own channel. And I'll get on with gluing this together. Just noticed. That's fine. Right, so there's no, I will say though, with this kit, there is actually no instructions. So I'm not sure whether they were missed or whether they simply are not available. That is something I am completely unsure of. So this build will be totally, I know any women out there, especially the wife that might be tuning, she'll probably laugh now. This is going to be what I would call a man build. Because us men very rarely read instructions. So in this case, we're totally fine because there aren't any. Okay, so I do have my third hand available if I need to have anything held together while we're putting this together. For some reason that will not now go in there. There we go, it's gone in now. There we go. So that's all good. So I'm going to place, oh, it's dropped off. So we'll just place that on there. I'm going to leave it there to dry. This rocket car glue does set very rapidly. Like a rocket, they would say. Let me just see if we'll find something just to assist spreading that glue about. Sure, yeah, that'll do. If it doesn't fall down there, that'll do. A little piece of wood there. So I'm just going to spread that glue along at the edge. Obviously, you can't see this side. Have a look at the chat. Finneton Central, thank you for joining us. Let's have a look at these numbers then. What's everybody saying? So, currently at 507 says Beaton Huff. 863 says Simon Railway Enthusiast. Newland Railway 134. Crossways 232. Hemel Down 433. At 43, I have 433 now, thanks mostly to you, Jason. That's because you featured on a shout out, didn't you, recently? So yes, thank you very much. Dinmore Junction 44 and climbing. Oh, we need to do something about that. Alan Reynolds 1149. Oswestry Road TMD. I have hovered around 52 so far. Need to get those subs up. Right, yes, Simon Trains. You have quite a number of channels and you've listed them all. So Simon Trains has 5,051. Simon Trains Shorts has 301. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase has 314. And got a fourth one, but haven't posted on that one for 305 days and 59 minutes. Crikey, Simon, I struggle with the one I've got. How on earth do you manage 4? Train Freak says 992, getting close to your 1,000. Model Railway says, I'm on 753, lost 6 this week. I've noticed that. They do go up and down considerably amount. I know one week I lost 12. I think that was about just before Christmas, I lost 12. And then on Christmas Day, I gained 15. That confuses me. So did I actually not lose any and only gain 3? That's the question I would ask. Timber Surface saying 10 days to launch. Yes, I know what you're on about. St. Mary's Church Model Railway. Hello, Jason and all in chat. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining. Matthew Whitmer says he's got 329. Flymo 137. Thanks, guys. If I haven't replied yet, my apologies. Who else have we got saying good evening on my channel? It's 216. That's from ALL. Thanks for joining us. Finnerton 577. Well done. Climbing up nicely there then, Brian. Who else we got saying their numbers? No one else as of yet. So let's have a look at how this is doing. It's sticking to the desk. That's what it's doing. Still not stuck. So we'll wait a bit longer. What I will do actually. No, actually, I'll do that later. So this is looking like it does not want to stick that quickly, which is a bit of a pity because this is actually quite thick MDF and it does seem to be struggling. So it might be a factor that we might have a better job with actual super glue, which is a pity because this kit glue has been absolutely fantastic with previous kits. But bearing in mind, they have been thin, small MDF kits. This is a very thick MDF kit. So at the moment, March West Junction TMD said 1,163. Fantastic. It's looking like this rocket car glue will not be suitable for this kit. So let's do something about that. Where's my cloth? That's a good question. The cloth is hidden away somewhere. There it is. So we'll get me rags. So what I'm going to do is we're going to, after all that with the tip, it's not going to be good enough. So I'm going to wipe off the excess. Let's wipe off what we've used. So this is what it's about. Learning as we go. Be careful with that because that's breaking off as well. And I'll just wipe off the excess glue off the workbench. There we go. A little bit there. So what we're going to do, if we are going to switch to super glue gel, purely for the speed that it glues together. So just using super glue gel. I do actually really like this stuff. It's actually very fast drying, very good at sticking stuff together. So we're going to start again, and it does work well as well with MDF. So again, a small bead along the edge. Little tiny bit in the crevices. And again, we stick this in. Now this will stick. I know this will stick. I just hold that in place for a moment. Have a look. Clint Brownfield, good evening. Thank you for joining the show tonight. Instantly, that's sticking already. Just scrolling back through the chat. Let's have a look at everybody that's in. Everyone's still saying their numbers. Good stuff. Already, that's stuck already. That's how quick that's good stuff that is. And I'm just going to find what I've done with that little piece of wood that I just had. We're not on the floor. No, it's there. So what I'm doing, so I don't get, I'm just going to smooth it out on that side, just so I don't get the lumps of the glue on the one side. Now, as you can see, that piece there is starting to bend off. It's only attached, would you believe, by that very tip there. Just show you, it's only tapped by there, and that's how the other side managed to fall off. But hopefully, as we put this together, it will stay together. If you look on this one, it's very, very finely built. Yeah, just checking. That's good. Right, okay. So where's my glue? Let's do the other side. I'm actually going to put it on the board this time. Now with this super glue gel, you do literally only need a tiny drop. And that bit's just fell off. Come on, fit together. It is a very, very tight fit, this kit. I have noticed that. So let's put the middle one in first then. And then middle one in. Yeah, that far one's in. There we go. But a good tight fit is good because then it'll slot together and stay together really well. Just push that together. There we go. Just heard it click. Now, I have noticed as I'm doing this, that one again on this side has started to come loose. You just see it there separating. But fingers crossed we'll come to that, sort that shortly. Again, just run that along there to make sure it smooths any out. Already taking shape nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to place that down. Okay, for this, what I'm going to do is, because these bits are broken off here, I'm going to put the steps in there first. So hopefully this will make the job a little bit easier. Just wanted to check which way round these steps go. I don't think they go that way. I think they go that way. I think we go that way. So I'm not going to know until they're all in, to be honest. Yeah, I do think they go that way. Okay, so they are quite a tight fit. So again, let's put a dab of glue on. Now with this being I'm going to be putting this into the slot where it's broken. So hopefully when that glue is in, it will hold that broken bit together. I'll put a dab of glue in there as well. Yeah, that one's in. I'll just hold that in place while that sets. CSX Wrensville, come and see my layout at Stafford. Yes, Stafford is back on. We did mention, I think, last week that Stafford had been cancelled. Stafford Model Railway Exhibition is back on 24th and 25th of September now, not in February. They've very fantastically managed to get the exhibition back on, and it rescheduled it. Now, I do believe, talking to the organisers, that is going to be a permanent move to the Stafford exhibition date. More by that will be obviously announced by themselves in due course. But I do believe, if my sources are correct from the organisers of the exhibition, that it is a permanent new date. So we're getting on with these. I'll once it's set a bit, I will show you closer to the camera, or I'll bring the camera closer to you. So great that you're going to be there, CSX. I will do my utmost to come and say hello. It'd be great to put a face to the name. Okay, so that's the 5 steps in. I'm just going to hold that in place while that sets. I'll have a look at the chat, so excuse my arm for a moment. Finneton, where is it going? This is going over the far side, just past the TMD, over the far side. I've just noticed that's still loose there. So let me just tilt that down. I think I didn't put any glue there. Right, so I'll just hold that in place. There we go. Donegal Dad Mark, thank you for joining us. Good evening. Dad will do it, indeed. Just keeping up with the chat as best as I possibly can. Everyone's still saying hello to one another. That's quite set now. So what I'll do is I need to just double check which side is which, because I don't know which side broke off. Which side, if you know what I mean. I think that is that side. Yes, I can tell by the brake pieces. So to do this, what's going to be the best way? I think the best way is going to be putting the glue onto these, which is a bit there. And a dab inside each gap. I think my camera wants tilting up slightly, I do. Just tilt the camera up a fraction. There we go. Right, let's try now and get this all on. Oop. If anyone's interested in this particular footbridge, I have put a link to the product on said website. That's gone together all right, that is actually. I was quite surprised. Now I just need to glue the brakes together. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to hold that in place while it sets. Jeff, good evening. It's all very, very delicate. Indeed it is. Good evening, Jeff. Thank you for joining us. Jeff of Jumbo Lane Model Railway and Jumbo Lane Printing. I need to have a chat with you, Jeff, soon, in the next few days, if I'll get in touch with you. Oh, a little piece of wood's just gone off the back of the table. It's with me. Bear with me. Oh, that hurt. So I'm just going to smooth that glue over the edges of them steps. We don't want any bubbling of glue. There we go. Right, let's do the other side then. Let's do exactly the same. We'll put the steps in and then we'll reattach the bit that's broken off. In fact, you know what? Let's get a bit on there. So first step in, make sure we get it the right way round. And we need a drop in there as well. Okay, that's the first one. 2. Number 3. Big blob there, so let's grab that. Number, come on, in you go. Number 4. And the last one for this part, number 5. So I'm now going to push them together to make sure the glue sticks together. Clive getting off. Thank you very much. See you all next week. Play safe and be well, guys. Good night. Goodbye from Clive in Northern Ireland. Thank you for joining us, Clive. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you very soon. Simon says, hopefully we'll be visiting Derby's least used station in a few weeks' time. Really? Didn't know I thought Derby only had one station. Definitely be tuning into that then. We've got someone new in there in the chat. I believe Robot Monkey. Good evening. Setting. Right. So let's get this on. Yep. Right. Okie dokie. Let's get the glue in the edges. Blob in each. There we go. Let's now, oh, mustn't forget the joining sections where it broke off as well. And place them on. It is going slowly. There's one. One's on. That one's slightly out of line. There we go, it's gone in now. There we go. Let's push that down. Make sure that's seated properly and smear the edge, the glue over the edge to seal that. We'll just hold that in place while that dries. Ferguson, passing Basford sidings every night at the moment. The road bridge wall is too high. Alan says, I'm in the loft, scratch building the biggest road bridge I have ever made. It is fighting back, but it will not. I will not give in. Yes, watched your video all about that going in. What is your preferred running steam, diesel or electric, Jason, and the rest of chat? Me personally, diesel. I do have a little bit of steam, and I do have a number of electrics, but I don't have any OHLEs installed as of yet. But that's something for the distant future, because I don't want to be putting it in to then have to take it all out to get to stuff. So when the layout is, certain areas of the layout are complete, I will then move on to add the OHLEs from the electrics. Right. That's one side. So yes, definitely super glue gel I recommend for this, not the rocket card glue. Right, so that is that first board done. The other side is the 2 steps. Now you'll see one side is longer than the other. That's purely because it's got further to travel. So it's going going to go out further that side than that side. So these shorter ones will be on the inside, and the longer ones will be on the outside. Okay, you understand? If anyone's there thinking they're two different sizes, that's why. So we'll start, we'll do one side at a time. So let's take out one of the small sections. I'm looking for the little bits where they attach. That's that one. We want the plates. That's that. Looks like they're only, these are attached quite well, but they come out very easy. It's purely because this is made of very thick MDF. That's the steps. Now I'd say probably the most fragile bit of this kit is, well, the barrier, yeah. But I will also say, just get that out there. So that's that finished with. I would also say these legs, obviously it's a thicker build, but these are still very fragile. So let's have a dry build first. Because obviously, I said there was no instructions to this. So that's got to go there, I believe. Yeah. I don't think that goes there. No, that's for the other side. Right, because the long piece is on here. That's what I want. Right, so that presumably goes that way, so then it goes up against the main build. Yes, I am right. Okay. So before we go any further, let's get the next shout out. Right, so the next shout out, now again, these are random, goes to a channel by the name of Worthington Model Railway. Worthington Model Railway, as in Worthington's, that stuff. Worthington Model Railway is tonight's second shout out. Please do go check out this channel. Moderator will be posting the link into the chat very short. If you can go and check out, take a look at the channel. If you like what you see, do subscribe and interact. Hit the bell, select all for the notifications. Interact with that channel by going on to the latest video and commenting that you're subscribing due to hearing about it on a shout out of tonight's show, Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday. Worthington Model Railway, there is the link. There are descriptions to each of these channels. Because I've not got my iPad, I'm using my phone. I could use my laptop, but have a look at the about sections. I think all three of these layouts that we're doing shout outs tonight have all got a very good about section filled in. That's something I do recommend. If you've got a channel, make sure your about section is filled in and is kept up to date with your modeling, your channel, etc., etc. And these three are definitely there with a great about section. So take a moment to go and have a read of the about section. And say, if you do like what you see, please do subscribe and drop them a comment on my latest video. Make sure you hit that bell as well. Let's get back down to the build. Okay, right. Jason, just make sure your trains will pass under the bridge if it's not a platform. Yes, indeed. These always check your trains. But what I do, and I did this with the Dapple one, is when I build these, because they're primarily, these are for platforms, but if you build the bases up underneath, as you would in real life, like a big concrete base, you quite easily get them to sit higher up. That's my plan. Back had to bail for a few minutes as train freak. You make it sound so easy, to Finneton says Robot Monkey. Yes, he does. He makes things very easy. Right, so let's put that to one side. Let's get, first of all, let's get the steps in. So again, we just repeat our previous set up. We'll go with the same way around as what the last lot were. In fact, I'm just going to double check that they are the right way, because if they're not, we're in trouble. No, I think they are the wrong way around. No, it can't be. That's a big drop. That's got to be the right way around. There's quite a big gap there, isn't there? Interesting. That is equal, isn't it? Yeah, that's quite a big gap, that is, between that step and that piece there. I'll just put it up to the camera. So that's the step. That's your step there, yeah. If I place that in there, see that gap? Now the step doesn't go the other way around. It does go that way. How odd. It's as if there should be another step in there. Because if I put that the other way around, it does not work properly. Still a huge gap. Interesting. Tell you what, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me see. Let's put that on there. Dry build. Let's put a step in. No, that's definitely right then. Because that step fits snugly underneath there. Definitely can't go that way around. Does that mean there's a huge gap there? So I might have to do a bit of modeler's license on this, and I'm going to put this in first and create a new step for the missing area. Wrong side of the upright. No, it's definitely the right side of the upright. So I'm going to put that in now. Purely then I've got something to look at. Everyone's saying just sub to Worthington. Fantastic. Use some of the waste to fill the gap. Yeah, that's going to be my exact scenario. That's what I'm going to do. And that's why I say never chuck away your offcuts. See, now that's in there. You can see that sits perfectly now. About see if I wait for it to, see what I mean? It fits perfectly underneath. That way around. Next one. And the next one. Now there is quite a bit of gap between these steps actually. Quite surprised actually how much of a gap there are this set. Compared to the top section, it's quite a large gap between these steps. We've run out of steps. I think we have. Let's get some more. One more. Right, another one. The main board, which is equal in distance, so there's no right way or wrong way with that. The peg is equally spaced. think what it is that board is not measured right. I think that's where the issue lies, because it's slightly overlapping the other one. Ooh. Try that actually the other way around and see what it looks like for these set. The bottom set actually fits the other way around for some reason. Fits better. Just working that. Oh, it's not quite stuck down. Just going to loosen those all out again. Ooh. Okay, let's put these back in now. And I'm going to add another, just an additional dab of glue to them. So they are quite a tight fit. Ooh. That's it. Right, I'm just going to have a dab of more glue. Dab it. To each one at the bottom. And I'm gluing my fingers together. Joys of super glue. Yeah, you can glue your fingers together. There we go. That's all solid. Yeah, that's solid. I'm just going to smear. Oh, and again, that's just fell off. Smear that so it's not big blobs. Put that back on. Just add a bit more glue. Alright, so just hold that in place. Let's have a look at the chat. Dragon Junction, good evening, Alan. Dave got to take balls to model live. Couldn't do it. Yeah, things go wrong, things go right. When it goes right, it's great. Anthony Giblin, good evening. Just subscribed to Worthington Model Railway. Just popped in for 5 at rest for work. Thank you for joining in. And thank you for checking out the channel and subscribing. So, Alan, Dragon Junction, good evening. So what's that? So it seems catching up to Jenny. That's our conversation going on. It's a packed house tonight, Alan. Right, so that's setting. Obviously, that piece is for the other side. So now we need to get that onto there. No, sorry, no, nearly made a mistake. See what I mean? Whether it's live, I nearly made a mistake. I need to take the longer sided section out of here now. Will that fall out? Yeah. Because that's for the other side. So now we need to get the longer sided. Now what I need to make sure is I build this opposite, so I don't end, when I do the other side, not end up with two of the same sides. If you know what I mean. Don't want them to make that mistake. So that is already set, would you believe? That's already set. Right. Right. So, yeah, let's get glue on. So I'm going to put the glue on the edges. Again down that edge, down the knobbly bit on that edge. What I'd like to do for an episode in the future is I'd like to do a live modelling between all different members live in the stream. So if that's something you'd be interested in doing, joining in and doing a live build and chat amongst us all, then let me know. That's just going to be fun because I've got to line all these up. As, you know, actually, that's gone straight on. That one's lined up. That one's lined up. And as they line up, they should slot in. Yeah, that one's in. That one's in. So I'll give it a wiggle. It should drop in. That one's in. It's going. They're going. They're quite a tight fit, these, so they don't necessarily need that much glue, but they just need a good glue to instantly grip. That's going in. Right, now the top section. Actually, that bottom one's not quite in. So there we go. Now it's gone. Yes, yeah, it just clicked in place. Now for that. Yeah, that's in. That's in. So we'll just push them all tightly in. There, I can hear click, click, click as they're all slotting in. And just make sure that top section there is flush. I'll just hold that in place. That would have been a lot tougher with paint on first. Yeah, I do actually think it might have been. I think giving it a spray painting afterwards, because that's what I do, I'll primer everything afterwards. And so I've got a few things actually to be primed up. If anyone remembers the Dapol gantry that we did, that I've still not sprayed that because I've got a collection of stuff now that I'm building up to be all spray painted, and I plan to do it all at the same time. That is looking very good. I'm quite impressed with that. And that should, when it glued on, it will do. Slot in. That's a dry build. Slots in just nicely. And do you know what? Let's get it on. So let's see where the gluing points are first. Okay, so then gluing points. Yep. That goes there. Okay, so we know the gluing points now. Yep. Okay. So that's there. All along there. On there. Okay. Here we go. Oh, no, missed a bit. Gluing point is there as well. I'm going to put signals in that gantry. I will probably have a go. Whether they'll be real operational ones will be a different matter. Unsure yet. But they do come with fake signals. I'll show you them in a moment. I'll show you those in a moment once this is stuck. There we go. Sticks quite quick. Yeah, so it does. That gantry does come with these false ones. It's a bit bright, isn't it? So what I could do is get a drill and drill them out and put some LEDs in them and just get them wired up, possibly. Something for the future. How are you coping with a Tico Sprinter? How are you coping with Hornby's insane prices? Completely ignoring them because they're just ridiculous. As I stated last week, I shan't be ordering anything. Absolutely zilch. And I know a lot of other people likewise feel the same. But yeah, them prices ridiculous. So no doubt there will be plenty of modelers out there who can afford things like that, and we'll see plenty of videos from them in due course of those items. And we need that. So I think, is that the last piece? Yeah, that's empty now. Let's build up the other side. Right. So again, get the glue and remembering which side. So we're going onto that side. That's the longer piece. So we're attaching onto the longer piece this time. First of all, where's that? Right. Okay. So we'll go on there. It's quite a tight fit, that is. You hear it clicking. That is a tight fit. So let's glue that on. So the glue is not actually 100% required, as they are a very tight fit, as they are. That's that glued down. Right, let's go with the steps. I'm going to do all these all in one shebang now. Speed it up. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Make sure they glue straight as well. Slightly over. That's it. Now we'll do the middle board. Which is quite loose, this one. It's not a tight fit, this one isn't. And we'll get the bottom steps in. One, two. The last one's a bit loose, but just give it a bit of gentle persuasion. And I'm going to place that down. Have a look at the chat. Let's have a look at the chat. Let's have a quick drink. I'm going to put the heater on because it's starting to get a bit nippy in here. So I'm going to put this heater on, my new heater. In fact, let me just show you on the camera. There it is. See the new heater there? Okay. So I'm going to put it on. My favourite fan. I'm going to put it on full blast to warm me up. It's getting a bit nippy in here. Just let me know as I'm talking now how you think everything is with the audio. I think what we'll do is the third shout out. So the third shout out, bring that up so you can see me. Third shout out for tonight is I was quite stumped by the title of this channel, but a great title it is, being that. And the title of this third shout out channel is, remember, Bomber County or Country Lane Model Railway. I think it's county. Let me just double check. Bomber County Line Model Railway. Yes. Bomber County Line Model Railway. Have I put it on? I can't hear it. Anyone else? It's running. It's running. It's nice and warm. Bomber County Line Model Railway. Third shout out for tonight. Again, as always, if you do like what you see, please do check it out. Subscribe if you like. Can't hear it, says Finnerton. That's good stuff. I'm pleased. That means it can stay on. I think Jason has been watching too much of Dragon Junction. Okay. yeah. If anyone doesn't, you probably all do, but Dragon Junction, Al has always got a good giggle on him. If you like a good giggle, check out Dragon Junction. Always, every time, great guy to have a giggle with. So yeah, third shout out is Here What, says Simon. Great. Must be going, sadly, as I have work tomorrow, says Tico. Take care, all. You take care, Tico. Thank you for dropping by. There's a gnat. So yeah, third shout. Do you know what I'm going to do? Where's my controller? I'm just going to lower this down. Hang on. Oh, that's blue. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I've gone all blue. Now I've got a suntan. That blue actually might be a bit better instead of the white. And I can lower it down as well, so I can make it not as bright. Oh, that was off. That's a bit better, isn't it, actually? Not as in my face. So, Route 7 Railway. Good evening, Steve. Thanks for dropping in. Good to see you. Hope you're okay, my friend. So, yeah, back to the shout out. Bomber County Line Model Railway. Check it out. If you like what you see, go subscribe, click all notifications, interact with the channel, drop a comment, give them some thumbs ups as well on their videos if you like their videos. Comment on the latest video that you've heard about it all as a shout out on the Barnabas Junction YouTube Tuesday. Thank you very much. Don't forget, we've still got Modeller's Moment yet to come. And if you want to be featured on Modeller's Moment, then email me with a few pictures and maybe even a couple of video clips. Please don't send YouTube links because I can't use the YouTube links as that's your own video, and that would mean me downloading it off, which is against YouTube regulations. So I need the actual raw copy of a couple of video clips about 30 seconds long, just some really short video clips, or one about a minute long. That'll be fine. And a handful of photographs to include in Modeller's Moments. So we still got that to come up tonight. So if you want to be on a Modeller's Moment, then get in touch with me by email, barnabasjunction@gmail.com, and you could be next week's. Right, let's get back down to this. Let's get the final pieces together. Ooh, that's stuck to the table. Uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. While I've been busy talking, that's glued itself to the desk. Uh-oh. think we're all right. Nope, we're all right. Whew. Thought we were going to have some trouble then. It was the last little bit. Whew. Thought we were going to have some problems then, but no, we're free. We're fine. We're fine, everybody. We're fine. Live modelling. It's great fun. Right. So there's a couple of them steps that are slightly out of line, but hopefully when we put the next section on, we can realign them. Bearing in mind, this is now the smaller side going on. I've just noticed that's on wrong. Just noticed that top board is on the wrong way round. So I've just got to prise it off. Spin it round because it goes that way. Let's glue that back on. It's me rushing, not looking properly what I'm doing. And I'll just scrape that off. There we go. That'll do. Right, let's get that glued back on. Putting it on the right way around now. Right, let's give that a moment. Yes, glued it to the new cutting mat, but that's what they're for. I'll just sand that off. Just wait for that to set. Wait for that to set. There we go. Right. Now, how are we going to do that? How did we do this last time? Did I put the glue onto those, or did I put the glue onto that? I think I added the glue onto these, didn't I? So, I'll do a dab of glue there. Dab of glue on each of them. Right, there we go. And let's get this on. Let's get it on. There's me poker. Just got to line these up now. So they slot in. There they are. Just heard it click. That's in. That one's on. I can feel them going down into the slots. Yeah. Let's move that one. That's the one that was slightly glued out of line. No, it's gone on. It's fine. And that one. That one that way. There we go. You heard it click. And the last one is the top slot. There we go. And do you know what I'm going to do this time? Stand it up. So it can't glue to the desk. There we go. And straight away we're going to get this on. Just looking at the gluing points. So along that base bottom, along there, that slots in there. That slots in there. Okay. That looks good. Right, okay. So the gluing points are there. The base there. There. And in that corner there. Let's hold that together. Ooh. I'm quite surprised actually. I didn't even need to use the third hand at all for this build, so it's a very sturdy build once it's together. It's actually gone together exceptionally well. I'm quite pleased. I'd say it's quite a strong kit. That strong, it's stuck down to my desk. Just holding it together while the glue sets. Ensure everything's lined up nicely. That's me blowing on it, that's not the fan. Digger Evans, Model Railway, long time. Not seen you for ages, thanks for dropping in. Right, I'm just going to add a drop more glue on a couple of points on here. Just to ensure we've got a firm grip of the glue. There we go, and I'll smooth the glue out. Yeah, that's stuck. Yeah, that's stuck. So there we go. Let's get the lid on that. Now, what I'm going to do... In fact, no, I'm not going to bother actually, I'm just going to leave it. There we go. That is the WWScenics MDF footbridge. Very good kit. I will give it that. Very good kit. And what I'll do is where the glue does set dry and it's a little bit rough on the edges, and we'll get a bit of, in fact, I'll get it now. A little sanding block, or I can use a little file. Well, this is quite, I can just go over where, oh yeah, that's good, that is actually. Oh yeah, it's lovely and smooth now. Just where the glue does dry, using this sanding block, I think it was 50p, something like that was. Just to sand down the edges where the glue has gone a bit dry and rough. But I'll do that before it's all over actually. Quick drink. So what do you think? That looks quite good indeed. Thank you, Flymo. This is primarily, as stated already, it is for on a platform, but using card cut off. I haven't got any offcuts that's knocking about at the moment. You can raise that up to be above ground, to ensure trains going on the side if you're not using it on a platform. There is a possibility I could still use this on my platforms, but where I want this to go, this will need to be raised up with some concrete platforms, foundations for it to sit on, just like what I did with the Dapple one over in the country scenic area. But this is this to me is more like a town area footbridge, and that's what I'm going to be using this for. over on near the TMD. So this will be receiving the old spray treatment. Need to drop off the stream. Good build, Jason. Catch everyone later, says the Growler. Thank you very much, Growler. Thanks for dropping in. You have a safe evening. So yeah, that will be going on from that. Right. Hello. So let's have a look at chat. People are dropping off now, so we need to get on with. And I've just had a message. Hang on a second. Rightio. I'll look at those. Thank you very much, David. So it's time for this week's Modeller's Moment. And this week's Modeller's Moment is great chap. He is in the chat tonight. He did actually send me a few more photographs just prior to coming live on air. I didn't get the opportunity to add him to this photo slideshow, the photographs he's previously sent me. But we will look at them in the future anyway. I will add them again. But thank you very much for sending them. So tonight's Modeller's Moment, bearing in mind, if you want to be a Modeller's Moment, all you got to do is send some photographs or short video clips to myself, BarnabasJunction@gmail.com, and you could be in a future episode of YouTube Tuesday under the Modeller's Moment feature. Good evening, Chazco, just joining us. That is an impressive model. Thank you very much. That's this. I think these retail for about £12, I think. The link to this build from the actual manufacturer, WWScenics, is in the description of this live stream. So if you want to check it out, sand down the glue. Oh, that sanding block's really good. Oh, that's quite impressive. If you want one of these, so 50p these are from, I think it was Morrison's. Yeah, that's good, that is. Sanding, smoothing down the glue. So yes, Modeller's Moment. How many tracks? I believe that will cover 3. I believe this will actually cover 3 tracks. But primarily, 3 tracks at a squeeze, but primarily with it being a platform bridge initially, it should be for 2. Okay? But you could get away with 3 underneath that, I believe. I do think so. Yeah, Flymo, yeah. Shame they don't do a 3-track mainline bridge. Simon, I reckon you could actually get this over 3 tracks. Have I got 3 tracks available? Do you know, I have somewhere. In fact, just give me a moment. I'm going to go over to the side of the layout where there is 3 tracks. Easily fits over 3 tracks. No problem. Yeah, definitely will fit over 3 tracks. No problem. Definitely a 3-track. That'll go. 2 tracks if you had large platforms either side and you didn't want the bridge too close to the edge of the platforms. So you'd obviously have the platform space. So yeah, definitely 2. But if you weren't using platforms and you're going to do it like what I'm going to do and have it on the track edging, you could easily squeeze this on over 3 tracks, even if the footbridge did come down right near enough right up to the platform edge on both sides. You definitely get 3 tracks through there. Yeah, you could even buy 2 kits and kit bash them together. You can easily cut the straight section out here on another kit. I know it's a bit of a shame to lose, but what you could do is, and I know they do this as well, they do a kit, so this same kit, but instead of it being 1 set of steps, they actually have another set of steps going down the other side. I'm not sure if that's a wider center area, I'm not sure, but what you could do if you did get another kit like this and you wanted it to stretch over another area of platforms, when you join the 2 sections here together, so you make it longer or half again, you could get the other set of steps and kit bash them onto the other side. So you've got two sides, if you know what I mean. Or even go straight down. You could do it like that. Everything's able to be kit bashed, and yeah, that'd be something to have a look at. I tell you what, that super glue gel. Recommend this super glue gel for this kit. Do recommend it. That is solid. Let's go. Look at me. That is solid. It's going nowhere. I've just dropped it. That's bouncing on the desk. It's that solid. You need to see that for yourself. Here's the drop test. Look at that. That is a solid kit. There's no way that's going to get broke. Even them legs are withstanding the drop. That is a good, strong kit. I say it's about, I think it's about £12. I know I've put the link to their website on the description, but I know they've got a if you go on their Fleabay account, you get free postage for the same price as the kit. The drop test, that's going to be a standard. All right, there you go. There's a height off screen. There you go. That's about a foot off the desk. That's solid. That's a good drop test. That's called quality products. Not a problem. That's how you do a test. Wife there, she is. She's been lurking as normal. Good evening to the wife. I'll just shut up now and let you all talk to her. Yeah, that is a solid kit. Like it very much. Right, so Modeller's Moment. Let's get back to Modeller's Moment. I've not done it. Modeller's Moment today comes courtesy of Buckland Junction, Alan Reynolds. He has sent a number of photographs. He did send me some more. Yes, Modeller's Moment. We forgot about that. But please do check out these fantastic photographs he's taken of some of his steam locomotives on his layout. And obviously take in the scenery as well around these photographs. Alan is a massive kit basher. He does a lot. He does almost everything scratch build, and he did say he's doing a scratch build in a roadway at the moment during the stream or earlier on. But yes, Alan Reynolds of Buckland Junction. He's getting all his modelling in at the moment before he gets off out on the road and travelling around countries again. But please do take a moment to go and check out Buckland Junction. Its name is actually Alan Reynolds, but the layout is called Buckland Junction. Do like it. I know it has featured before here on the station, on the show. But yeah, great layout. Alan, you are today's Modeller's Moment. I do like that bit though. Look at that. That building set into your scenery like that. That's fantastic. I do like that. It just means you don't have to have hillside right up to your railway tracks. You could have a little cutout and have some buildings in it. So yes, Buckland Junction, Alan Reynolds is today's Modeller's Moment. Well done, Alan. If you want to be featured on Modeller's Moment, then get in touch with me, BarnabasJunction@gmail.com, with a few photographs and or a couple of short video clips, and you will be in a future episode. Jay Clausen, PVA, excellent. Yeah. Alan is the expert at scratch building. Definitely. And check out what he's doing recently, because he's doing some good scratch building on some roadways, which he was on about at the beginning of the show. Alan is doing a superb job on the layout. Yes, indeed he is, Alan. From one Alan to another. So, yeah. What else have we got to talk about? Yes, we'll go back over again. If you haven't already, please get your entries into the competition to win a prize. We've got O gauge, N gauge, and double O gauge prizes. 3 gauges to prizes to win. Do have a pile of them here ready to be won. That entry is to the competition, the giveaway, closes midnight the 31st, which is a Monday. So then we can do the draw on the 1st of February at 8 p.m. from 8 p.m. So that will be featuring the draw. When you get your entries in, well, what you need to do to get your entries in is list all the modelers, people that featured as modelers moments in episodes 1 to 6 of this series 5. They all took place before Christmas. So go back to the channel, have a look, and list everybody that featured as a modeler's moment in episodes 1 to 6. I will tell you this, there's a little bit of a red herring in there, so make sure you do check out and get the list of 6. Okay, email me with your answers with competition entry as the subject title, and list your answers along with what gauge prizes you wish to be entered into. So I know Train Freak, he's an N-gauge. Say he wanted to enter into the N-gauge category, he'd send in his answers and put down, I would like to enter for the N-gauge prizes, please. Simple as that. And then we'll do the draw on the 1st of February for each of the different gauges. That's the competition. It closes midnight, the 31st of January 2022. Another thing to mention, I'm just going to get a date up for you, actually, because I've forgotten what date it is today. Today is the 18th. So, 18th is today. A week on Saturday, which is the 29th, and I'll remind you again next week, it's the 29th of January. I've been asked to mention this courtesy of the MRYCG group. The second series of the Off the Rails podcast, radio show podcast, is launched on Saturday, the 29th of January, and it will be broadcast live on Sonnet Radio. Full details are available on the MRYCG Facebook page, the Facebook private group. It is also on the Instagram, the Twitter, and the YouTube channel, all for MRYCG. So if you want to know more and you want to know how you can listen and even join in, we're going to be talking a lot of things model railways, and I do, fingers crossed, there will be, I think it won't be in this first episode, which is on the 29th, Series 2, Episode 1, but in Episode 2, we'll have a very, very special guest for you joining us, hopefully live on air. Yes, it will be broadcast live on radio at thisissonnet.co.uk. So you can tune in there from 4 p.m. on the 29th of January. It will be a monthly episode, so the next one I think is the 26th of February after that. So currently going to be a monthly episode from 4 p.m. I hope you can come and join me and others as we talk model railways, the news, exhibitions, etc., etc. Just looking at the chats, episodes, yes, thank you very much. All information is being posted by a fabulous moderator, as always, every week, Flymo Chairman 1. So that's about wraps it up then for this week. Again, another week over and done with. We'll be back next week with, I think, another kit build. Or should we do a running session? Or should we have a chat? I don't know. Why don't you let me know what you would like to see on future episodes of this YouTube Tuesday? I have got loads of kits that I could be building. So if you'd like your kit builds, then let me know if you'd like kit builds. Comment below, even if after the stream has ended, please let me know in the comments below. Or we could go and do some scenery. Maybe we'd do some scenics. I've got some scenics in the pipeline that I'm going to be moving on to. Or I may just leave that for the next series. I don't know. We'll have a think. Let me know what you like to see on these future episodes. But that is about it for this week. Thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the build of this. I certainly have. I recommend this. And build it with super glue gel. I recommend it indeed. That's about it for this week. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Until next week, then, I will see you very soon. So take care, stay safe, and remember, everybody, keep on modelling. Thanks to the moderators for all their great work, and thank you for joining me. Please do subscribe if you're not already done so, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Ta-ra from me.